Hey, what's up, guys? This is Max Vangeli, and this is my tutorial that I promised you guys for my single, Why Do I, which was released on NoFace Records this month, and here's the record.
Why do I do? Why do I do it? All these things I do. Why do I do? I do. Why do I do it? All these things I do.
So I'm gonna start with the basics, which is the drums, obviously. The first thing that I just want to mention is for my projects, it's very important that you stay organized, and I know it's a common thing that everybody talks about, but not everybody is doing it. And this is a fairly simple kind of a record, so there's not anything crazy going on as far as sound design, but I think a lot of people are asking for it because it, as simple as it seems, it's still very difficult sometimes to nail those pianos and the dynamics of everything. So, like I said, staying organized. So I'm gonna start with the drums. My top group is are all the drum fills. I usually like to put those drum fills separately, and it's just a bunch of basic layered drums, as you can see. I'm not gonna go into details here. They're fairly basic samples, but I think the trick is to kind of combine a bunch of different layers of samples that you compile from either various sound banks or whatnot. I mean, it's just to fill in the grooves and whatnot. So let me get into the main drum section here, which let me play it with the fills. So, fairly basic stuff. I'm just gonna go through the kick, which is the most important thing of the track. I started using the Nicky Romero plugin for the kicks. It's really good, a really good plugin to use. The reason why I love it is because it's you could really get in there and tweak it properly. And a lot of guys forget to make sure that you pitch your kick drums to your track. That way it sounds tighter and smoother, and this is basically where you do it. You go into the pitch control, and you want to make sure that this particular note right there is the one that's hitting the spot. So if you're, depending on what scale you're working in, so this would be like an A minor. And this tail right here, you want to try to make sure that it's also on the scale. So if you're not sure if it is, sometimes it's good to just put it the same as this. But if you know if this is like a triad or a fifth in a scale, and I'm not going to get into scales once again, but you want to really learn your scales. So if you're like in a minor, I have it, pretty much memorized, in my head, and I always, when I'm working, I always repeat myself, and it's basically I think it goes whole, half, whole, half, whole, or something like that. But just double check what that means, and it's really going to help you in the long run. Or put it in front of you and always have it as a little reference. So those are the drums. There was a little bit of a flanger effect here that goes together with the drum bus that actually Danny Ray gave to me right here. And this is something that I learned from back in the Swedish House Mafia days. It really keeps the track going forward, and I think really helps it just really helps the groove. So that's pretty much it. Everything else, I'm not gonna spend too much time on the drums because it's fairly standard. A lot of loops, a lot of just okay. As far as what's it called? I mean, loop libraries, pretty much. You know, chop them up, try to see what grooves and gels together. So I would say that that's my best suggestion for that.